Hey everybody, it's Jason Baer from Convince and Convert. Hope you're having a great day. Wanted to talk a little bit today about brand communities and using them for market research. You know, it's a really inexpensive way to ask your fans what they think about your product and service. I'm not quite sure why people are still spending thousands and thousands of dollars on focus groups to get one like loud fat dude to tell everybody else what they should be thinking, when you've got, in many cases, hundreds or thousands of fans who have already said that they're motivated, that they love your brand, and that they're willing to answer questions about the kind of products and services that you offer. I don't know why you don't just make it a rule for every company that has any sort of brand community, even if it's just a Twitter account or a Facebook page or a corporate website, that you're not doing quarterly surveys of your fans using those brand communities as an outlet to do so. Brand community kind of building organization had an interesting post on Marketing Profs recently this week, said that there's new Forrester research out that says 47% of company CMOs are now using communities, brand communities, to test new ideas, which is fantastic. That's almost half of the companies that are using those fan communities to test out new product ideas. But you know, sometimes the ideas themselves come from the communities, and that's where I think it's really exciting. A few weeks ago, Josh Bernoff, one of the authors of Groundswell, very famous Forrester consultant, an absolute genius in this industry, gave a presentation at a advertising event and talked about a case study for Snausages. Snausages, the famous dog treat company, and that's owned by Del Monte, which I did not know. And apparently Del Monte was active in some like hardcore pet communities, you know, like Dogville. I don't remember what it was, like Dogville.com, or you know, places where serious pet lovers, like where they love their kids and their dog, but maybe the dog a little bit more, like those kind of people hang out. And so they were talking about, well, you know, what do you feed your dog for breakfast? And you know, do you think of it as breakfast, or just you sort of throw food in a bowl? And these hardcore dog lovers were like, oh no, it's totally breakfast. It's legit. You know, we consider it to be breakfast. And they started this dialogue about, well, what would you feed your dog? And it turned out that in many cases they either want to or do feed their dog similar kind of things that you and I would eat for breakfast. So of course, in my case, that would be a cup of coffee, but in other people's case, usually they eat bacon and eggs and that kind of thing. So Del Monte sort of picked up on this and started a sort of product development cycle and asked the fans in the community what they would want. And as it turns out, they invented this product, the Snausages Breakfast Bites. Hopefully you can see that. Snausages Breakfast Bites. It's bacon and egg shaped dog snacks. And this product, amazingly, was not even on the product development roadmap at Del Monte. They hadn't even thought of this product. It completely came from the brand community, and now apparently is one of the best sellers among the Snausages line. And I was interested to see, you know, because you've got, you know, this dog snack that actually is really more like people food. So I wanted to see just how much like people food it is. So I'm going to try a couple of these Snausages Breakfast Bites here for you, and just see what we think. So let's just open this sucker up here. Hopefully I don't need to eat this whole bag to make my point, but they are, some are like bacon and some are like eggs, or at least so it goes on the outside of the sack here. I'll give you a shot in there. Yep. Take a look there. You've got half bacon and half egg. So I'm going to try the bacon first, because I actually really do like bacon in real life. So I'm going to give this a shot. Wow. That tastes almost exactly like Play-Doh that has been sitting out for a couple of days. Same kind of texture. If you took Play-Doh and injected it with fire, like campfire smoke. So that's pretty much what that is. Play-Doh with campfire smoke. Not terrible, but obviously not great. Set that one aside. Now, my big question is whether the egg, which looks like this, really is going to taste like an egg. And I'm not sure whether I hope that it does taste like an egg or I hope that it doesn't. But we're going to give it a shot right here. Interesting. Same kind of Play-Doh consistency. I would say that basically, this is basically the same thing. I think this is fundamentally, these are the same. This has the smoke flavor. This does not. Otherwise, I think they're basically the same thing. So I'm not sure that I would serve this at a dinner party, but I'm not entirely repulsed. But I am excited that Del Monte managed to crowdsource this product and developed it entirely with input for their brand community. I think there's a lesson learned for them and for everybody. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Take care.